Hey there, Jets Nation. Welcome back to One Jets Pod. Whether you're tuning into our video content or joining us on our audio-only platforms, we've got you covered. If you're enjoying what you hear or see, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't just gently tap, but smash that bell icon to stay notified whenever we drop new content. Also, we love comments and 5-star ratings. Thanks again, Jets fans. Now together, let's fuel the green and white passion. Let's go, Jets.
Welcome to Jet Life Stadium. Hit it!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Randy with the One Jets Pod, and welcome to the preview show for the Houston Texans. You might notice a little something different. We got us a new co-host on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our new co-host, Eric Colon Sr. My brother, how are you? And welcome to the show.
Doing great, man. Doing great. I'm glad to be on here. Let's get to it.
Absolutely.
Get to it, brother.
So, like I just said, we're heading into, I believe it's week 14, taking on the Houston Texans. Now, before we get in that, we've had dude, it's only, Wednesday, and it's already been a wild week.
Yes.
First, I want to start on some of this Zach Wilson stuff.
Yeah.
I want to get your take on it. Now, it just came out. Now, we don't know how true the stories are, but it did come out that apparently Zach said, or basically told the coaching staff that I don't want to play. Now, at the time of this recording, it's already come out that Zach is the starting quarterback this Sunday.
Correct. Now,
I will say this. And I've had time to think about it. I don't believe we said it on the show last night, but I think I more came to the realization today, especially like you said, before we hit record, about how crazy of a day on X/Twitter that it's been.
Right.
I honestly, to be honest with you, dude, think it's all bullshit. Zach Wilson, honestly, has been one of those guys through this whole ordeal, has taken it in stride. I know I said it on our show plenty of times, week in, week out, that when it comes to football, especially at the NFL level, between the ears, not there. It happens. I'm not going to blame him for it. But when it comes to situations like this, I got to think that there's common sense in this kid's brain. I got to think it's there, because if you are willingly going to be, if you were willingly ready to do this, you're only hurting yourself, because now you're not only putting zero on tape and you're giving nobody a reason to really take a shot at you. You're now giving other GMs and owners a reason to question your attitude, your makeup. Also, right. This isn't your typical 9-to-5 job where you can just be like, I don't feel like working. Screw you guys. You screwed with me enough. I'm clocking out until we get this fixed. I'm done. No, this ain't like that. Here in the NFL, I say like I'm fucking a player or something, but in the NFL, you get fined. You don't receive game checks for not playing. And Zach Wilson, granted, he makes in the millions, doesn't have the pocket like a lot of these other, quarterbacks or these good players in the league to just be, canceling game checks and not receiving them. The kid so in my opinion, the kid has just way too much to lose. I think the report's bullshit. It's not who Zach is, and that's where I stand. What about you, brother? What are your takes?
Zach is a great kid.
Yeah.
What I've taken from week 1 until week today, is that he always says the politically correct thing at press conference. And but this report came out last Wednesday, to believe it or not, about him stating that he didn't want to play because he was afraid to get injured. Right? But you don't know who to believe. Anybody could say anything on Twitter, and they're going to take it. They're going to run with it.
Everybody's got sources.
Yeah. No, forget about it. On X, that's all. Sources, source this, source that. You know what I mean? I've rooted for the kid for 2.5 years. I fell off the bandwagon when I took my son to the Patriots game. He threw for 36 yards the first half, and he just shat all over the field. You know what I mean? This is like the third game I took my son to where he was just abysmal on the field, man. And You know, what can you say though? Like, because this is the thing, we have three safeties. We have more safeties than we have touchdowns. And but you are correct though about this though. I'll give you this. He is the best quarterback on the team.
And
On the
Robert
roster.
Sala's been saying it week in and week out, and Jet fans have been roasting him for it.
Yeah,
And it's
dude,
not.
yeah.
We forget this guy has a front row seat to the suck show that is Tim Butthole and Trevor Seaman.
Yeah,
Literally, he watches it week in, week out, day in, day out. And there's a reason why he, in his press conference, Zach gives us the best chance to win. Because while Zach's not the greatest quarterback, does he suck?
Right.
Yeah, kind of. It's clear as day he's better than those two, brother.
I mean, he has an arm.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He's got an arm. Like I tell
And
my
he can
coworker all
move.
the time. Yeah, he could move. He's mobile. And my coworker, he's a big time Jet fan too. He's got me by 5 years. He's been a fan
Wow.
for 40. I've been a fan for 35. And but I noticed one thing, man. Check this out, Randy. Remember last year when AVT went down?
Oh, yeah.
What happened after that?
Brees Hall went down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The same thing this year, dude. With the Bronco game against the Broncos, once AVT, I mean, we won the game. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But after that, you know, it was a shit show. Our line just got depleted. Because this is the thing with me. Like I was telling my coworker, Zach holds on to the ball too long.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what causes wear and tear to our alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Like when our line is giving him 2.8 seconds to chuck that ball in the air, that's a long time to chuck it in the air.
Yep.
So with him backpedaling and everything like that, and I also told my coworker too, we win games when he runs forward.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. When he runs forward, we win them fucking games, dude. We win them damn near 80% of the time. You know, he did it in the Kansas City game.
Oh, yeah.
He did it in the Philly game. He was running forward. He wasn't backpedaling back there. You know, he was, all right, he'd read, he don't see his check down open, all right, poop, go forward. That's what the game's about. It's chess, not checkers. You got to go forward, dude. You gotta go, you know.
Why aren't they designing
goal,
plays for him with, you know, to roll him out? Like that, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what really makes no sense to me, Eric, is not only do they not dial up plays to get Zach on the rollout, get him on the move, get him in the open, because he's comfortable in that situation.
Yeah, no, he is, yeah.
But yet you don't do it. You want to keep him in the pocket. But yet what I saw against Atlanta on Sunday, why the hell do you got those sons of bitches on the rollout?
Yeah, that was awkward.
What?
Yeah. I actually watched the game sober. Like I've been watching all these games sober the past 5 games. And it was just, yeah, dude, it was killing me. Like even my son is like, Dad, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like he even sees it and he's like, Dad, Zach is terrible. I'm like, I know. Well, you know, what could we do? But I this is the thing I wanted to touch on too, man, because I seen on X that Zach gave props to Hackett, you know? And I've been watching the All 22 since week 1, believe it or not. I watched every game, you know, all the All 22s for each game. Guys were open every game.
No, they always
There were
are.
a lot of drop passes. So Hackett, I don't think Hackett, when you know how we are, man, we love to point the finger at somebody. Somebody's got to get it. You know what I mean? Someone's got to get the heat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we were a little too hard on Hackett because guys were open. He did design plays where, you know, Garrett Wilson would be open. Conklin would be open. Ruckert would be open. Ruckert, I love that kid. I think he's going to be special. It's just we're not executing, and these penalties are kicking our ass.
Oh, those in the drop.
That's a whole different discussion, my brother. Like that. Holy crap, man.
That just comes down to, you know, just not being disciplined.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Coach Saleh, man.
I do too. It's just one downfall.
I love him. He's a defensive guru, you know. He's a player's coach and everything like that. But I will give him this though. Once I threw it up in the air on Twitter, I put up Uzama's numbers. This was like 2 weeks ago. He immediately benched Uzama. Then I put up Lazard's numbers. Boom. He put him out the picture too. Because dude, they're abysmal.
Oh, trash.
Uzama, 238 yards in 12 games? That's no, it was 11 games. I'm sorry. But that's come on, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible, bro.
I'd be starting Gibson over Lazard.
All day, all day, all day, all day like Broadway, brother.
It's like we said in last night's show. I mean, Lazard's barely a third wide receiver.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I firmly agree. Yeah, I remember you guys stated that. Like I'm really hoping we get Adams next year to keep A-Rod happy. But also, yeah, Garrett will go crazy too.
Well, let me run this by you.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, say, and we said that I'm pretty sure you saw this on last night's show. Say the Jets lose out, and somehow we get the second overall pick. Would you be willing, or do you think Joe Douglas would stay at number 2? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't think this regime is drafting another quarterback. Because it don't make any sense to me to draft a quarterback when your future is not even uncertain past 24. Because I guarantee you right here, I'm pretty sure I said it last night, that in 24 there will be a playoff mandate. Because if Woody Johnson just says, "Oh no, you don't have playoffs," like why would you say that? 14 years running, and you're gonna still tell these guys that they don't need to make the playoff? No, with Aaron Rodgers in the building, there better be a playoff. So.
Yeah.
If that's the case, if there's a playoff mandate in place, that tells me right there there will not be a quarterback draft, at least not in the first 3 rounds.
Wow, you're gonna go that far? Three rounds?
Well,
because we don't have a second round. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, if we get that second overall pick, do you think Joe Douglas would be enticed to take that pick? Because I don't believe there's a top 5-10 offensive lineman. I think you get it in the to mid to later first round. I agree. So take that second pick, trade down, swap or recoup what you lost this past summer in the Aaron Rodgers trade.
Yeah,
and even get a extra first round pick for 2025. Now you got 2 first round picks in 25.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's
so you get your first round offensive lineman. You probably get a second or third round offensive lineman. Now you have a extra first round in 25. Now you have ammunition to either pull off an Adams trade if you want to go that route. You can also still go the Mike Evans route. Would you go that route and try to get as much draft capital back as you possibly can to rebuild this team around Aaron Rodgers?
That's the way to go, brother. That's the way to go. I mean, and JD's known for that too. You know, he's known for that, man. He's a mastermind at that. So, and he knows with Zach that he whiffed on that pick. He whiffed, and you know, I'm pretty sure to make the fan base happy, he most likely will do that, brother. He's gonna recoup and he's gonna try you know, go out with the bang for 2025. But like you stated, we got to make the playoffs next year.
We have to.
Yeah, that's.
And if I'm Woody, I'm telling you have to.
Yes, sir.
This bullshit's getting old, dude.
Nah, this is the thing, man. Because we got a top 5 defense, and believe it or not, check this out. The first 3 weeks, our lineman was in the top 5. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
we had the top 5 linemen.
They were progressing each week before the injuries kicked in.
Yeah. So you know, it's playoffs or you gotta go. And I don't want him to go neither, man, because when JD first came in, I was praising, I was like, hallelujah, the breath of fresh air. Like, you know, finally, and plus he played in the NFL before too. He was a lineman, excuse me.
He's changed the culture since coming here. I mean, people actually want to players want to come play here. It's not that it's no longer the days of players that are, you know, on the down end of the career looking for one final payday. Oh, we'll go to the Jets. We'll charge them the Jets tax, and if I play well, I play well. If not, oh well, that's where I'm retiring. It'll be the last contract. No, correct. This is a destination now. And then you look at the success he's had in the draft, and I don't know. I don't get it with Jet fans, man. I feel like they think this guy's got to hit every pick. Show me a GM in history that's nailed every pick.
Listen, I'm with you on that.
You get what 7 picks in a draft, I think.
Yeah, 6 to 7.
You might nail half of them, maybe.
Yeah,
so
maybe 2.
If any other GM has had the draft success that Joe Douglas has had, they'd probably have their jobs a lot longer.
Oh man, fuck yeah. You hit the nail on the head, because this is the thing, man. JD, this is another thing I wanted to touch on too, man. Because JD, if it wasn't for that clause that he put on Rodgers' contract against Green Bay, I think that was brilliant.
Yeah.
That 60% clause, dude, that was brilliant. I don't care what anyone says. You know, what if he didn't put that 60% on there? A-Rod goes down. We're giving Green Bay our first round. Then what?
And we lose a whole year, Aaron Rodgers.
You know, but nobody talks about that on Twitter at all whatsoever.
He's
and
a
I try
brilliant
to
individual.
Yeah, you know how I understand because we're Jet fans and everything like that, but people should look more outside the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To stop, because of hey Zach, if you look at it in that draft, when we drafted Wilson, when we drafted Zach, who was there? Fields, and who was the other brother?
Trey Lance, Mac Jones,
Mac. But yeah, like you stated, you could hit or miss on any one of them. All of them QBs suck,
and they were all like.
All of them suck.
People seem to forget, Eric, that Zach wasn't just coveted by the Jets. After his pro day, everybody wanted him. San Francisco was ready to trade up. If they weren't going to trade up for Trey Lance, they were going to draft Zach Wilson, dude.
Yeah, they wanted him bad. I recall that.
So I mean,
I recall that.
Another GM would have made the same mistake that Joe Douglas was. We had to draft a quarterback in that draft. We had to.
Had to. No.
I mean, we could. Dude, could you imagine if we didn't draft a quarterback in that draft? What the fucking fan base would have done?
Forget about it.
So
it would have been bananas. Yeah.
I mean, he whiffed. It fucking happens. We got Aaron Rodgers. So, like, I like the scenario that I got there. Trading out of that. Because I just think there's so much to gain. Like I said, then you can add another first round pick next year. Because you know what JD does when he's got multiple first-round draft picks, man? He cooks.
Yeah, he cooks, bro. And this is the thing, too, man. Like, I got to give props to Rex Hogan and his team as well because they do a lot of homework, man.
Yep.
I don't know if you watched One Jets Drive. I was actually on the show of One Jets Drive, the first episode.
Really?
Me and my coworker and my son, yeah.
Nice.
We were on the first episode, man. And because I took my son and my coworker to training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually put us on, in the beginning of the show. But
badass.
But yeah, man, this is gonna be an interesting year coming up. I could feel it. You know what I mean? We got a top 5D. The special teams is that. I didn't know our special teams was gonna be this good. To be honest with you,
I don't think anybody did.
I didn't. And this is the thing. Like for the past 3 years,
our history with kickers.
Yeah, man. Look, for the past 3 years, I've been telling my coworker like, "Yo, we need a kicker. We need a kicker." For 3 years, dude, I've been telling, "Yo, we need a kicker." And my coworker will tell you, man, like, yeah, man, like he's happy we got a damn kicker.
Yeah.
A punter and a kicker, they're both nice. So
I'd go as far as call Thomas Morstead our team MVP this year.
Yeah, man, that's bananas. That's bananas, bro. I can't. Man, it's insane, man. I actually voted for him, man, today.
Oh yeah,
I voted for him, for the Pro Bowl and a couple other guys too.
He deserves it.
The ones that deserve it, of course. You know what I mean? So my question to you is, because I seen this yesterday, brother. I was on the Green Bean show and they were discussing Bryce Huff or MC2.
Okay.
Who are you keeping and who would you move next year? That's my question. That's a tough one for me, man, because Huff.
Are they both free agents?
Not that I know of, not that I could recall of, but the thing is, this technically is going to be Huff's last year. Yeah. If not, he's going to be I think he is going to be a free agent, and then he's going to test the waters, everything like that with the money market, and then but from what I'm hearing, he wants $17 million a year. That's a pretty big number, even though he is good. Even though these past 2 weeks his numbers went down a little bit, but I love that guy. He's top notch. He's top tier. But this is the thing, though. Do you think JD would move him and then just move him and then just have McDonald take his place?
I mean, that's why they drafted McDonald. I mean, Bryce Huff was just a pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it sucks, though, because, that hardly ever happens for the Jets. Now, here we are talking about now we possibly have to move a guy like that.
Yeah. That was
But
killing me last night.
Yeah, you drafted Will McDonald for a reason. I mean, if you keep Huff around with Will McDonald and JJ in the mix, like where's the playing time going to come from? Like someone's losing playing time, and then someone's going to get disgruntled.
Oh yeah,
I mean, teams were calling on Huff earlier in the season.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I'd franchise tag him and then listen to the best offer.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, unless you're willing to admit, unless you want to trade JJ, which I doubt they're going to do.
Oh no! He's staying. He got to stay.
So yeah,
but I want Huff too. I wanted to strap him up to the goalpost and keep him here, man. Like I don't want him going anywhere.
No, he's a phenomenal player, man.
Yeah,
it's like
man,
I said, he came out of nowhere, undrafted, and that hardly ever happens for the Jets. And like I said, here we are talking about having to possibly move the guy. So, but I think he could probably get you a second and a late round pick, possibly.
Yeah, I see. This is what we were discussing last night. We could definitely get a pick for him. Like we could definitely get a pick. So with the way that you're thinking, as far because JD does like to recoup like all these picks and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does make a move like that to even get more.
The man loves to build through the draft.
Yeah, man, but that's smart though, man, because we never had anybody like him before, man.
No, we're a build a team through free agency kind of squad.
Yeah, man. Like you gotta give JD props. Like, yeah.
And it's showing. Like, I mean, granted, I think we built the defense a little more since he's been here, but I mean, it's shown. Like if he could do that for the offensive side of the ball,
yeah,
my goodness, dude.
Yeah.
Like we had our starting five. It's quite there. Like you got AVT, you got Lincoln Tomlinson, who's played pretty good this year.
Titman.
You got Titman, who's showed out this year.
I love Tip.
I mean, Makai will be back.
Yeah.
I really think you just need to go out and get like one starter, and then the rest just go out and get quality depth, man. Go out and get a guy like Ezra Cleveland if you can. Put him, as a backup, and then and then in the draft, you don't necessarily have to draft for a starter. Get some guys that can back up. Like you're I don't know where I heard this, brother, but it was the greatest fucking line I heard all week. Next year, your backups should be better than your starters this year. And I'm talking about weeks 1 through 3, 4, 5.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Like this whole starting 5 and then a drop off of 50 feet of shit, and then our backups, dude. Like that shit's getting old, bro. Like I can't deal with that shit no more. Like I want to be able to say, like, if a guy goes down, it's like, oh, it's all right, man. We got. Because I see other teams do it, like, oh, it's all right, homeboy will step in. It won't be the same, but we shouldn't miss too much of a hitch. No, when the Jets lose a guy, like, oh fuck, God, help us.
Yeah, and the thing is too, because Coach Solly used to state, next man up.
Yep,
next man up. You know what I mean? But the next men up that were coming up, we're just playing like dog shit. Like
I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, man. McGovern. I mean. We got to do better in that department.
That's why this whole offseason's got to be like offensive line. Like,
yeah,
it's got to be a focus.
Yeah. Even though, like, I'm not gonna front. Like 3 weeks ago, I was on the assumption of, you know what, with the first round pick, just get a QB like Daniels or something like that, and then put him as QB3, get Minshew as QB2. And then have A-Rod at the oneer, of course. But the thing is, A-Rod is running the show, bro.
Yeah.
He's the one, it's what he says. You know what I mean? Because he's the one that's going to be behind the line and everything like that. And we got to make sure he's comfortable.
Yeah, that part, I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers. Everybody knows I do. But that's one part that bugs me. Because if I was Joe Douglas, I'd flex my nuts, bro. I'd be like, dude.
Yeah, you have to.
My team, dude. This is my team. You do not run the show. I make the decisions. The buck stops with me. Your head coach has to fucking ask me to take a shit, Right. So I ain't listening to you, man. This is my show. I'm gonna run it. Mm-hmm. And if I'm gonna fucking fail, if I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna be fired on my own damn merit, not because some quarterback came in and fucking lost my job for me.
No, you're absolutely right, man. So, the thing is, like, this league, it almost looks like it's gotten soft.
Yeah.
It's not like 10 years ago,
No.
anything like that. You wouldn't see I mean, the thing is though, see, I gotta give credit to Coach Sala though, because the one that was running the show was JD for a minute, as far as the quarter, playing Zach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was almost like Coach Sala at press conference every week. He looked almost like almost abysmal, at speech and everything like that, because he'd have no say into quarterback.
That's probably changed too, because that's how. Because at first I feel like we had structure. Sala runs the team. JD builds it, and of course Woody owns it.
Right.
That's the way it should be. Like all on field, game day, whatever happened on the practice field, like that's all Coach Sala. Yeah. Personnel, contracts, bringing guys in, cutting guys, whatever. That's JD, man. Like let Coach Sala make all the freaking on the field decisions. It's his team. That's what you hired him for.
I firmly agree. And the thing is that it's corporate, so they all know this shit already, man.
Yeah.
They know it's a structure, you know what I mean? And
it was something we've needed for years, because it felt like the Jets never had that kind of structure.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
So don't let it crumble now.
Right.
Especially
when we got a defense like we
got. And
now.
I bet you more times than not that Coach Sala would have played Zach regardless if JD said to play him or not, because I'm almost certain, because like I said, he had a front row freaking seat to Trevor and Tim daily.
Yeah,
I can't imagine, Sala, how he does it, sitting like this. Yeah, man. Hey, by the way, turn that shit up. This is my jam. We should know about this. Hey, you know what? I was thinking,
that's crazy, bro.
Tim looks good. Yeah, no, he don't.
No, he don't, man.
He don't ever look good. He never looked good at college. So
I'm not gonna lie though, I was checking out Simeon's highlights, right, when he was with Denver. And I was like, so I go to my coworker, look at his highlights, I'm checking on YouTube. He looks pretty good, man. So my coworker goes red. He ain't it. So I'm trying to be optimistic. And then finally I see Simeon play, and I'm like,
I'm almost certain those highlights were fitted into a YouTube short, didn't they?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this kid got an arm. All right, this guy, he's pretty good, but he didn't look solid, man.
Always listen to the people that watch this guy play for 60 minutes week in, week out. That's why I don't trust highlight fields. I always go I'll ask guys that I know that root for the team. Hey, what do you think about this guy? Oh, he's trash. All right, well, that's good for me. That's good enough for me. All right, so let's talk about these Texans real quick, man, before we get on out of here. All right, so obviously we got the Texans this week. I mean, the Texans are in the mix for the playoffs. They might even be in the mix for their own division. I said it on last night's show. The AFC South, depending on especially how the offseason goes for the Texans, which, by the way, I'm going to say it again on this show. I think I said it on 3 shows now. I'm almost everything shy is short of guaranteeing that Derrick Henry ends up a Houston Texan next year.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I heard it on the show. Yeah.
So,
that would be a good look, man.
It would, and why not stick it to your former team twice a year?
Yeah. Kick them in the ass.
So
they should have been hooked him up.
That's definitely a division that's shaping up to probably be one of the better ones in football for a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, and I'll get your thoughts on this. I mean, it's hard because there's not really a lot to say because like you just stated just a little bit ago, we have a top 5 defense, but we literally got the league's dead last offense. Yeah, we can't score a point. Brandon said it last night. We can't score.
No, we can't, dude. It's terrible, man. Like I don't know what else to say about that.
Houston's at least averaging 40, at least a little over 40% on third down. We can't. Oh, we're not even close to that.
Well, you got to look at it like this. You got hold up 1, 2, 3. Dude, the Texans won their last 5 games? Is that what I'm seeing? 1, 2. No. Hold up. Yeah, they won 4. Well, yeah, hold on. 1.
Well, they lost this week, I believe.
They lost to the Jags. Yeah, they lost to the Jags.
Yeah.
But hold on. They beat the Buccaneers. Yeah, they beat the Buccaneers. All right. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Cardinals. Lost to the Jags. Mm-hmm. and then beat the Broncos.
Oh, that's right. They did beat the Broncos. That's right.
So that's 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
You know what I mean? They're alive.
They got a quarterback that does not turn it over.
Yeah. And it's gonna rain out here. I don't know if you know that out there in Cali, but it's gonna rain out here. And when Zach plays on rainy days, he plays like dog shit out here. So I trust me, man. I went to the game. I went to the rainy game, and it's just it's a sight for sore eyes, brother. Like,
I mean, I want to say, because of the weather, make this a Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. Really want to see Izzy. I mean, when's that day going to come? Is he ever going to see the field?
This is the thing, man. Like, I actually stated this on the Jake Masman show. Yeah, the Jake Masman show, Green Bean. Because I'm joined with like 5 different programs, right? Mm-hmm. And I stated this 2 weeks ago. If we don't win the next 2 games, I want to sit Breece Hall. I've been telling people, like, I don't like, if the next 2 games we lose, sit Breece. I don't want to see him play. Save him for next year. And people were giving me heat.
Risk
like, they were killing me, dude. Like, they were trying to kill me, but I'm like, nah, man. Like, the season was practically over at that time. I still had a little hope, but the thing is, at that time we only had 4% left of making the playoffs. So I was like I didn't see at that time. I didn't see like the line coming back together, anything like that, or any juice from Zach. That Bill, you know what did it to me, dude? Randy, that Bills game did it to me. When Zach was busting his ass on the field, falling backwards and stumbling into Coach Saleh, and he just looked like he was seeing ghosts in that game. Like he didn't even look like himself. He looked. I think that's probably the worst game I've seen all year. And even though the New England game, this is the thing with New England. That game was tailor-made for him to win. Yeah. Believe it or not. It was tailor-made for him to win, dude.
Yep.
But for some reason, that's just chucking it up the Hail Mary. But I'll give him this, though. The 2 Hail Marys he threw this year, it would hit our guys' hands.
Yeah.
But they would just drop it.
It would be like Tim Boyle where it just dies. Dude.
Yo. Oh, man. I don't. I'm not shocked that we let him go. Yeah, I'm not shocked that we let him go. They were trying to blame it on him about the whole, squeaking and everything like that. About they were trying to pin it on him, but like you said, man, who knows, man? Like, one person could say anything and everyone will take it and run with it. But I'm glad that A-Rod spoke to Zach and told him, listen, you're making a huge mistake, dude. Get on the field.
I mean, yeah, if Zach actually said that. Like I said, we don't know if that's for certain that's what he said. Because like I said, it kind of contradicts the whole thing where he approached Coach Saleh about, wanting to play, and then Coach's like, well, I'm not there yet. So it's just, you got 2 conflicting reports. So if he did say that, and that's what Aaron did, good on him, because it like I said earlier in the show, it absolutely was career suicide, man.
Yeah, the hands down, man.
Because if you may or may not be here next year, who knows? But like, put something on tape, give somebody a reason to fucking come calling your ass, bro.
Yeah, now he's got to go out with a bang. He's got to start just start chucking it, boom, boom, and
I'd go out there and play like I was at BYU, man. Just start fucking running around. Who cares a shit? Who gives a shit? Just start running around, find your open receiver, and make shit happen.
Yeah, he has to play his style of football, like his own. Do your thing, dude. And
they need to open up the offense. I mean, what do you got to lose?
But the thing is, though, Randy, is that these teams, they stack the box on us.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They don't respect his passing game at all whatsoever. So, and then I feel like once he sees that right here in between his ears, he falls apart, dude. Like, and then the defense, they could smell that a mile away.
Yeah.
They could smell when a quarterback is not there. You know what I mean? In the presence. They could smell it, man. They could smell it.
And he
So
doesn't see he doesn't see things like an Aaron Rodgers would. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can come out of the huddle and just be looking at the offense or the defense and be like, oh,
yeah,
Omaha
yeah,
or whatever fucking words he uses. All right, man. So
yeah,
I mean, the Texans are a hot team. I mean,
yeah. 4 out of 5.
yeah. Like I said, 40% on third down. I mean, they score points. They're going up against a team that doesn't score. It's just. It's hard to. It's going to be hard. It's hard to pick the Jets in this one, man. And am I going to?
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Sorry. I can't do it.
I think it's going to be something. I think you'll see something similar to like the Giants or the Falcons game where.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where they can't score.
But you got to take that into an effect too, man. The damn referees, because that screwed the shit out of us last game.
They did, but this offense week in week out they even when they get in the red zone, they can't score or they're causing penalties that gets them out of field goal range.
Yeah.
So I think they finally at least get 10 points. I think you'll see at least one touchdown this week. It might be a running back running it in or something. I don't think it'll be a touchdown pass. And then I think you'll see at least one Greg Zuerlein field goal. So give me the Houston Texans in this one. The defense will show up.
Yeah.
But the Texans will get their touchdowns. Maybe they'll be on a broken down play or the Jets just shoot themselves in the foot and give them really good field position. So give me Texans 17-10.
17-10?
Mm-hmm.
If we don't clean up them damn penalties, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think you're hitting the nail on the head. I'm gonna go 20-11. So basically around the same point spread that you got. Yeah, but
Man, if we score over 10 points, I'm throwing a party.
Huh?
If we score over 10 points, I'm throwing a party.
Hey man, it's your birthday, bro.
Hey, don't tell everybody.
Hey, you gotta have fun, man. You gotta have fun. But yeah, I actually seen on Twitter some dude. He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna Zach's gonna throw for 300, get 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions." And then he posts a picture. Right, it was against New England. So this was Buffalo Jet fan. I don't know if you're on his.
Okay.
Yeah, so I check him out. I checked him. I said, "Hey, listen, but dude, I was at that game. We lost. We lost that game. Yeah, he did throw for 300. This was last year." And he was like, then he goes, "Nah, but I didn't say that we won the game." I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the cross check." Yeah, you gotta love Buffalo. Jet
you gotta be careful with Buffalo. He'll get you.
Yo, he'll get you, man. He caught me slipping, man. I was like, "Oh, all right, you got me. You got me good. You got me good, man."
All right, so we're both taking the the Texans in this one.
Yeah, we got to take the Texans.
Yeah, it's the same thing week in, week out. I mean, it's like you said, if they can't clean up the penalties, the drops seem to be a weekly thing.
Yeah.
It's with an undisciplined team. It's just hard to think that anything's going to be different, man.
Right.
I mean, stranger things have happened. Who knows? Maybe Zach does come out, pissed off, plays his own style of football, and maybe we win fucking 17-10 or something. Who knows?
Yeah, but I stated this back in week 3. No, actually, it was when we played the Chiefs. After that game, I told my coworker, "Listen, man, he's got to play pissed off." That's when I start to see him he flourishes more when he plays a little vexed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You get to see his real true colors come out. But like with him smirking last week, he was actually smirking on Sunday on the sideline. And that kind of threw me off guard a little bit. I'm like, why the hell is he smirking? Like, getting our asses kicked and he's smirking on the sideline. I didn't take that too lightly.
He's probably smirking at the fact that, like, they missed me for those jag-offs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. Like, it's just terrible, bro. Like,
probably thinking I could at least throw it in the end zone from midfield.
Yeah. Check this out, Randy. Check this out. You remember that Denver game, right?
Oh yeah.
Actually, before the Denver game, I was telling my coworker, "Hey, listen, all we got to do is get in between the 20s. We get in between the 20s, kick the field goal, boom, boom, boom. What happens in that game? And he actually went to that game. He flew all the way to Denver to that game. And he came back and he goes, yo, Red, he was right. He was right, man. We was in between the 20s the whole fucking game and we won. I was like, that's all we really need. If you get in between the 20s, you already know who's going to make them field goals. That's all we really need. But we can't, these past couple games, we can't seem to get that far. And it's really not that far.
I feel like the Jets are one of those teams that if they can just score one touchdown a game with a guy like Greg Zuerlein, as many times as they get down there, it's like, dude, you just need to get like to 17 points most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I did the math yesterday.
Setting the ball really low too.
Oh, for real? Yeah, no. I hear you. Freaking I did the math yesterday, man. I wanted you to check this out. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have it here. Okay, check this out. So we scored 251 points. No, actually, no, that was the defenders. They're the teams we were playing. They scored 251 points in 12 games. That's an average of 20.9 points per game, right? So I'm looking at the win-loss column. If we scored 20 points, we would have had 6 wins and 1 tie right now.
Wow.
If we scored 20 points.
I'll take 6 wins and a tie at this point.
Yeah, 6 wins and a tie, brother. Now, check this out. If we scored 17 points, we would be, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we would be basically a 500 team. We would be a 500 team right now if we scored 17 points. I did the math yesterday at work. Yeah.
That is sad, man. It's like I said on, I believe, on Jay Jet's show tonight. It's dude, in 27 years of watching this team, it's literally probably the worst offense I've ever seen take the field. I mean, I can't remember another one that was this bad. I mean, most teams could at least score 13 points at least.
At least 13, dude. Like I just. See, look, you can tell I'm bald already. I've been going bald, dude. I've been going bald since I was 25, bro. 24.
Oh, man.
That's how bad my Jets got me, bro. Like, it's.
In the last 13 years, it's been the worst. Like, I go back, my first season was 96, but
right.
Parcells takes over. You go into the 2000s. The Jets were always one of those teams. I always tell people, it's like, they'd make the playoffs 2 out of every 3 years. That third year would be a down year. They kind of mini rebuild, and bam, they're back in the playoffs for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Man, the last 13 years, no playoffs whatsoever, and probably some of the most abysmal fucking seasons I've ever sat through.
Man, this is sad.
It's testing me, bro. It's testing me.
Yeah. I want to, dude. I want to jump out the window sometimes.
I'm telling you, man.
This is crazy.
But that's going to do it for us for tonight. Real quick, I want to plug this offseason, like we said last night, this offseason we're going to have our first annual Champagne Magic Awards show. I'm going to try to have all four of us on for that. I'm looking forward to that. We don't have a date quite planned out for that yet, but as soon as we do, we'll let everybody know. And as soon as we got the categories nailed down, we'll let everybody know, and we'll start allowing everybody to vote on those categories.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Dom is looking like a champ, though, man.
The Champagne Magic problem, or the Champagne problems, brother.
I call him Dr. Octopus, man. That's his nickname from me, Dr. Octopus. Brandon, I nicknamed him Juggernaut. He's Juggernaut. You're more like Captain America.
I'm Captain America pre-serum.
That's crazy, man.
So, but hey, everybody. Hey, Eric. Again, thank you for coming on here tonight, brother. Welcome to the family. You're going to see Eric here every week. We record on Wednesday, so this will be dropping Thursday morning. So you'll see Eric and myself every Thursday going forward. And like I said, he's part of the family. So welcome aboard, brother.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, brother. Jets
So
up.
again, thanks for checking us out here on the One Jets Pod. Again, if you're checking us out on YouTube, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, smash that bell notification so you're notified every time we drop a piece of content. If you're listening on the audio side of things, again, thank you for listening all the way to the end. Make sure to follow us and give us a 5-star. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, as well as iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. Again, on behalf of Eric and myself, thanks for checking us out here on the One Jets Pod, and we'll see you down the road. Go Jets.
Jets up, brother. Jets up. Got it.
Welcome to Jet Life Stadium. Hit it!